I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. The struggle is real with the makeup nurse. Today, I want to do the wear test on this KVD powder foundation. When I used it for my first impressions, I did not like it, but it was so patchy. When I got home, I mean, it was so patchy, it was bad. But I put cream products over it. So now I'm going to do all my cream products. I'm even going to use a foundation, a light foundation, and then put this over and see how my face is going to be. I don't know if I really should be doing this before work, but we're going to do it. And if it's patchy, I got a mask. So this is the time to experiment. So I'm going to go in with this Juice Beauty Primer like I've been doing, just so I can use it up because of the broken cap as the primer. And I've been doing that for the other ones too, so it kind of makes sense to use the same primer. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I got home really late last night because of traveling back home, and then get my rental car, and then it's an hour and a half from the airport to my hotel. So I was really tired. I'm gonna go in with I'm trying to use up the last of these really crappy drops. So I'm gonna try to use this. But, so I get to the hotel, and I'm getting my luggage out. I got a Prius, and those things are so quiet. I mean, I wouldn't buy one personally, but I love having it as a rental car because of the gas mileage. But to replace anything would be super expensive, so I would never get a Prius. I'd rather pay the extra gas than end up with like a $12,000 bill because the battery went out or whatever, But anyway, see these, ew. Okay, I think it's time to throw this away. Oh man, I just got it out of my pants. My husband just did all my laundry while I was back home for me. Yes, he still does my laundry, even though he really shouldn't, because, I mean, he gets around, but he's just that sweet. And right now, his back is feeling better for him, but it's his hip. Okay, I used this up. I hated it, mainly because when I got it, it was like whipped cream consistency. But now I get to throw that away. Woohoo! Anyway. So, anyway, back to my story. I'm going to just use the Clean Fresh foundation because this is light. Like, it's not full coverage because I want to see how that foundation works. So I'm just going to go in lightly with this. So I get home and I get all my stuff out. Get into my hotel room, get ready for bed, go to sleep, and all of a sudden I get a call at 11:30 at night from my hotel phone is ringing. And I'm like, hello? I'm like, what the hell? It's like, ma'am, do you got a Toyota Prius, a white one? I'm like, yeah. It's running. I'm like, what do you mean it's running? Because I thought I pushed the button, but it's so quiet. And the bad thing with this Prius, I don't know if it's all Priuses, is you have to press a button to park. It's not like a shifter or anything. And then you got to turn it off. And it's so dang quiet. I'm like, yes, I do. So I go out there and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is running. So it had been running for like 5 hours. Thank goodness it's a Prius because of the gas. But I'm like, what the heck? Somebody could have took off with my rental car. I mean, nobody's in there and they could just, it's already running. So it's already running. You don't need the key really. And so anyway, I go out there and I go shut it off with the security guard. He must speak Russian or something because he got out of the car and like started like, it sounded like Russian to me, but I don't know languages very well. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with the infallible concealer. But yeah, so he gets out of his car and he starts like speaking a different language. I'm like, what? She's like, and then he's like, is this your car? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm taking care of it, sorry. So I go shut it off. Well, it takes a little bit for the light to go off. You know how all the cars are like that? The light will stay on a little bit, like the tail lights and stuff. And they're like, ma'am, lights. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's fine. Then he was in this other parking spot that was kind of tight. He goes, I park there. You park here. And I'm like, I've parked there quite a bit. Like a lot of times if I don't get the diamond member spot, if it's all full, I'll park there. And it doesn't have a sign, security only. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I get in my car but the spot he's in is too tight. And I don't like being in tight spaces because one, I'm not the greatest parker or backer upper. So I ended up parking in the way back of the hotel. And it was kind of chilly. Yeah, I'm in California, but it was still kind of chilly. And it was like midnight. So this concealer is very full coverage. And it really whitens up my face. That's okay. We're going to put all the other stuff on it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm wondering if that's why he was like meaning to trade me spots. And I'm like, he's like, I park there, you park here. I'm like, so then I go in to the hotel and the lady comes out. It's like, was that your car? I'm like, yeah, thank you so much. I'm like, and then I said, but the security guard said that was his spot and I had to park and I had to park on the way back. She goes, oh, I've never heard that. Yeah. She's like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, I don't know. And maybe it was the language barrier, like he was asking, but the way he was like pointing and whatever, I don't know. So I put all my cream products on and it's starting to get patchy here and I haven't done this. I'm kind of wondering if it was because of these, but I used the whole thing of it and it never did anything before other than it just should have been like liquid, not whatever. But anyway, I'm throwing those away now, so but let's see what happens now when I put this on. Maybe I should put it on with a brush. Let's put it on with a brush. Let me see. Just like a setting powder. Oh, I thought it smelled for a minute. My husband says he likes Wear Test Wednesday because the videos are short. But this one is going to actually be a little bit longer. Sorry, honey. Okay, I'm just going to go in with this light powder that's almost gone out of this palette here. I've been trying to use up this palette because I don't really like it. Just set my T-zone. I don't know if I like that as a setting powder. Well, we'll just see how the day goes. I mean, but I think I am going to continue to use it as a setting powder, not as a foundation. Okay, let's get some setting spray on. Let that dry down a little bit. set that lightly. Okay. All right. I'm not liking the final look. It's creasing and patchy in my face already. And obviously I haven't even put a mask on. I think it's those drops. But we'll have to see how the day goes. And I'll see you later. Bye. I'm back. So this is the final wear test using the Clean Fresh foundation with using the KVD powder for foundation over it. It's very patchy, but I don't think it got worse from wearing a mask all day, but yeah, it's not good. How do you guys use powder foundation? Because I still like my cream products and everything. Is there a way to use a powder foundation and still use your cream products, or can you use anything, like even concealer? Maybe if I put a concealer first and then just the foundation, but I still like my cream products. So if you have any suggestions, I'd like to try that because this looked awful. Even wearing a mask, my coworker asked me what if I used a peel or something because it's so patchy. So it was really bad today. So comment down below if you have any suggestions. Otherwise, I wish I could give this away, but I've already used it, so I can't. I don't want to throw it away. So maybe I can experiment with it. But anyway, thank you, and please subscribe to my channel if you're new here and hit that little bell so you're notified of future uploads. And also, if you're not new, welcome back. And I enjoy reading your comments and your suggestions. So thank you, and have a great Wednesday. Bye!